The panther opened its mouth and bit the baby. It's because there's a big snake next to him. The panther tried to save the baby. The panther carries the baby to a burrow and then hid in the bushes. Suddenly, some wolf babies came. The babies scared the wolf babies. The mother and father thought the babies were being bullied, so they rushed out in anger. But when they saw the human babies, they were no longer angry. The mother and father wolves Saturday in front of the babies. The babies were happy to see them and clapped their hands. The mother wolf wanted to keep the baby, so she called a meeting of the pack. The baby was placed in the center of the pack, but a human baby needs someone to vouch for it if it wants to stay. So the panther brought his own prey to vouch for the baby, but there weren't enough guarantors. The pack leader looked at the baby. The baby looked at the pack leader with big eyes. The crippled tiger tried to eat the baby. The mama wolf stood in front of the baby. The pack leader also protects the baby. The whole pack protects the baby. They roar at the tiger. The tiger was chased away. Eventually, the pack accepts the human baby. Human babies grow up crawling on the ground like a wolf. He's happy living among wolves. The human boy sits in line with the wolves. There's a black bear teacher in front of them. He's learning to run with the wolves. The human boy's name is Mowgli. He was raised by the wolves. Mowgli will be sent back to the human village if it doesn't pass the pack's test. Mowgli wanted to become a real wolf. His mother was always there to encourage him. The day for the pack's test has arrived. The leader of the pack announced the start of the test. Mowgli sits with his brothers, ready to begin the test. Panther, as the test instructor, chasing after Mowgli and his brothers. At first, Mowgli runs like a wolf on all fours. Then Mowgli is knocked down by the wolf brothers. Mowgli gets up. Then he starts running on two legs. Mowgli is almost at the finish line. He was very happy to run ahead of the wolves. Mr. Black Bear was happy to greet him at the finish line. Suddenly, the panther came out of nowhere and jumped on Mowgli. The panther crushed Mowgli to the ground. Mowgli screamed in fear. The panther let go of Mowgli. Mowgli failed. He didn't pass the running test with the wolves. He cried in frustration and ran away. Mowgli left the forest. He came to a human village. He lived with the humans, and Mowgli learned to use weapons. The wolf brothers came to Mowgli for help. The tigers had taken over the forest. The brothers wanted Mowgli to help the wolves. A boy challenges a tiger. The boy's name is Mowgli. He was raised by wolves. Mowgli suddenly threw back his head and made a sound. Then a herd of elephants came out of the forest. The elephants surrounded the tiger. Elephants fight tigers with their trunks. Mowgli stabbed the tiger with his knife. Then he jumped on top of the tiger and fought with it. The tiger throws Mowgli to the ground. Mowgli jumps into a tree. The tiger climbed the same tree and keeps chasing Mowgli. Mowgli suddenly jumped up from one branch to another. The tiger also jumped up but failed to catch Mowgli and finally got stuck in the middle of a tree branch. Mowgli took the opportunity to pull out the tiger's knife. Then he stabbed the tiger again. The wolves heard the sound and started to help Mowgli. Mowgli was wounded and fell to the ground. The tiger pounced on Mowgli. The wolf leader appeared and stopped the tiger, but the wolf leader died as a result. The tiger was also badly wounded. Mowgli finally killed the tiger with his sword, became the new leader of the forest. All the animals in the forest cheered for Mowgli. The elephants put Mowgli on top of their heads. Take Mowgli back to the forest.